If you're tuning in right now, you happen to be watching the world's truest source for hip hop news, black culture, sports, and of course the best reaction videos on the net. I'm talking about Kofi's Universe. If you haven't already subscribed, it's your chance to hit that button now before I hit this blunt. Bada.
YouTube salute. So Hove addresses misconstrued you don't know bar after Pusha T's Arby's diss track towards McDonald's. Let's talk about it. If you're new to my channel, thumbs up the video, hit the subscribe button, click the bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. Check out the album of the year so far from me, Benny the Butcher's Tanner Talk 4 review and album review playlist. So Pusha T is currently in rollout mode for his forthcoming album. He already got that new single out, Diet Coke, and he actually has another song out, Hear Me Clearly, on Nigo's upcoming album. So he's doing some things right now, and he just released a new diss track aimed at McDonald's and Arby's new commercial for their spicy fish sandwich. If you haven't checked it out, please check it out. I did a reaction on my channel. You can check it out, y'all, when you get a chance. So, um, this journalist, Swanya, hope I'm pronouncing her name, yeah, Swanya Krishnamurthy. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, so it's Swanya. That's her name so far. Krishna Murthy. She pointed out included a reference to Jay-Z's "You Don't Know." Look, I could sell water to a well. So this is what she says. So Pusha T knew Arby's track seems to have a Jay-Z reference. I'm bugging. Did I have "You Don't Know" wrong for 21 years? So I had to ask Jay-Z. Was his line A, I'll sell water to a well. B, I sell water to a well. C, both. Here's his response. He actually texts Jay-Z, excuse me, Just Blaze. And Just Blaze showed the message on Instagram saying, from Hove, Just Blaze wrote, ha, well, it's never a coincidence when these things happen. I try to make things work on multiple levels. Every time I sit down to create, it keeps me engaged. Double entendres. This is hilarious and made my day. Thank you. Um, and also, if you didn't know that, Jay-Z is gonna be on Pusha T's um, forthcoming album. He said that actually that Jay-Z verse he's killed it on there. The whole time, I thought Jay-Z was saying, I sell water to a well, the mammal. Not the well like a wishing well, but he's saying it can go both ways. That's interesting. Jay said that. Because the whole time I was just more like, interesting how that, you know, how that some Pusha T he did that, but that's the art of hip hop. Like you can come behind somebody and just not correct them, but just let it be known like I pinpointed that out. But Pusha T is actually he's a student to the game. So think about it. He's been around for a long time. Jay-Z is one of his favorite rappers of all time, and he looks up to Jay. So he's going to actually go back and listen to his music and could have been zoned out long time ago when he was in the gym or just been in the studio to get hyped to, write for his album. Who knows what people do? But when you're a student in the game, you're gonna know and study your master as far as like the person that's paved the way for you and been doing it longer than you. That goes to anything. That's in basketball. Look at how Kobe Bryant did it to Michael Jordan. He was, emulating all his moves. Look how Dwayne Wade said he represented the number three because of Allen Iverson growing up. Chris Paul, players like that. You have players, you have fighters also like Mike Tyson. He said like, when it came to Jack Dempsey and other fighters that paved the way for him. Bernard Hopkins saying, Marvin Hagler, he looked up to him and he looked up to other fighters like Jersey Joe Walcott. Um, it's like that. It's always been like that. You're gonna study people, you're gonna try to emulate them, you're gonna try to take elements of their craft, apply it to your craft, as far as and to perfect your craft. And people are supposed to do that. Just like a child, how they study their parents. They want to be the best. They want to make sure that whatever they're doing, they're taking it to the next level. I have nothing against that because I think that's a beautiful thing that you pay homage to the greats. You're supposed to pay homage to your greats. You're supposed to, let them know that, hey, I've been bumping your stuff for a long time. Even like rappers like Nas, Big Pun, I can name more. Even Biggie Smalls, they looked up to G Rap. They looked up to Cool G Rap. You know what I'm saying? Snoop Dogg. When it came to Dougie Fresh, when it came to Slick Rick, when it came to, Ice Cube, Easy E, they were telling these people paved the way for them. And the list goes on and on and on of other people like Kanye West looked up to RZA on a production, you know. So it's never been a person that's coming out saying, hey, I'm coming out, I'm doing this by myself, and I don't need nobody to tell me what to do. No, there's somebody that motivated you. There's somebody that inspired you. There's people that inspired me to do great things. Like, even in school, I wanted to be great. I wanted to do things like, dang, I want to have a degree. But at the same time, my father had a degree. So those type of things is gonna give you the gas, the steam to keep moving forward. When I was growing up, I wanted to be the next Ken Griffey Jr. Of course, I didn't make it to the major leagues, but Ken Griffey Jr., I idolized him. I thought he was like the best thing. Jordan, Iverson in basketball, Tim Hardaway, those are my favorite basketball players. We can also think about football. I wanted to play just like Randy Moss because I'm tall like Randy Moss, and I wanted to go deep. And I wasn't fast as Randy Moss, but I felt like Randy Moss, yes. Champ Bailey, my favorite cornerback. I always felt like, damn, this dude is tight. And Champ Bailey looked up to Deion Sanders. He looked up to what's his name? Not on the tip of my tongue. Darryl Green that he played with the Washington Redskins for 5 years at first. He played with him and he learned so much from Darryl Green. So it's people that you're gonna always say, this person paved the way for me. This person helped me get to where I'm at. And you not only want to show respect and pay homage, you just want to be better than that person. There's nothing wrong with that. That's why when people ask you who's your top five rappers or who's your top five basketball players or fighters in the MMA or in boxing, it's usually those people that's actually in that field. They're in that arena as far as like if that's a boxer already, he's looking up to other boxers. That's one thing. Sometimes even you outside, you still do the same thing. Look at these young children and these athletes in college when they're wearing like the LeBrons, the Paul George, the Kyrie Irvings, the Kevin Durant's, the Greek Freak shoes, the Steph Curry shoes. It's because they look up to these players. They're not doing this just because they bored. They look up to them. They respect their craft. They respect their game. So it's all over the board as far as how people give the respect. And like I said, I love when people give that respect to other rappers. I mean, to me, I think it's like a blessing in disguise. You're supposed to pay respect to the people because that person or persons, they help you get to where you at as far as the motivation. You'd be surprised sometimes you see somebody saying that, man, you know what? This Jay-Z album got me through so much. I was probably going through like a breakup or maybe I lost my job. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. I remember when I was in the Navy and my ex-girlfriend, we had to break up only because we was going to different duty stations. She was going to Hawaii and I was going to San Diego. And I remember the DMX album, The Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood, and actually also one more album too. The Quiet Storm album, excuse me, the Murder Music that had Quiet Storm on it. Mobb Deep's fourth album that got me through so much. You'd be surprised. So it's like healing. It's some type of mental therapy that you don't think about, and people always thinking that it has to be one way or that's the only way it has to be. Not necessarily. I believe that we show respect. Of course, our first heroes is always our mothers and fathers. It's always going to be the parents in the household. We know that. Sometimes it's your grandparents. Sometimes it can be an uncle and an auntie. Sometimes it can be your oldest sibling. Or sometimes it can be your youngest sibling. Never know. That's why I always tell people respect the game, pass the baton on to the next generation because we want to see them not only be great, we want them to be better than us. So let me know what y'all think about Pusha T's breakdown of the Arby's track of how he actually said, hey, Nah, it's the wishing well. And Jay-Z said it could be a mammal or it could be the wishing well. Post your comments below. Hulk smash Black Panther the like button. Subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. If you want to support and donate to the channel, I have Patreon, patreon.com/KofiUniverse. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs, everything's in the description. Until next time, salute.